Looking for that top 25. It's so important. That's 3 points. That's the first kind of barrier to the points besides the elimination. So nice shot there. Mingus goes down. Fulmert finding him down in that little crevice here underneath the bridge.
Yeah, we just talked about his rifling skills, putting them on display. If you guys are just joining us, this is the final, the tail end of our last region. Every other region has already played. That means Oceania, Asia, Brazil, Europe, and NA East all done. NA West, they started their queues at 7 p.m. Eastern. They can finish them up. They can queue up until 10 p.m. Eastern. As you see, Rylan picking up Blue Hess right there, but these players are the best of the best. The top 3,000 was pulled from the semifinals yesterday, and the semifinals were pulled from the top 3% of everyone who participated in the Gauntlet. So this is the last. We've crowned champions, and this is the last group who will see a champion, who will see does not want to touch the storm, and it also doesn't want to draw any undue or unnecessary attention to him, as Chap goes for the patented single or double balloon play, floating calmly through the air at 10 HP. I don't think that one's going to work out for you. As you go back down to the lobby, you have Deslin now pushing into another player's box, picking up 2 quick elims as Neon Juckman goes down.
Deslin needs to either make the decision, do I fight or do I stay? Nice little peak there from Rekti inside
and
of his own box.
The other player has like 2 HP.
Oh my goodness, yeah. That's Jay, he goes down right underneath him. Fulmer picks up another one as well. He's still looking for these shots on the tarps. He actually knocks one out. He's going to go down to fall damage as well.
Yep, and Deslin picked up Ice Skull with a fall elim as well. So now Rekti looking for it, finds the player on the low ground. 108 headshot sitting on at least 5 elims for the players directly on top. He cleans it up, winning a very close exchange.
Oh my goodness.
Rekti, riggedy wrecked everyone there. No problem. The last 4 players going down to his hands, some fall damage, and he throws that nice little wave out there. Say hi to the camera, Rekti. That was an incredible victory royale.
Man, this rift here for Tendai and even Verdict Game is so valuable. They're just going through the placement points all the way up on the sky, not really doing anything at all, but there's a trap actually in the favor of Tendai. That's Firiko again. He goes
down again and losing high ground, losing out on placement points. And Tendai's gonna say, okay, well, I'm gonna go chill up here.
Somebody else as well. I forgot who it is. Yeah, there's so many players.
Jordan's in there. Cloud is in there.
All these players, once they get out of the ballers, it's going to be so difficult for anybody else to actually fight because they're so
Riley,
good.
Our previous victory Royale winner, is in there as well. So it's going to be very difficult, but also at the same time, they don't necessarily get in the flow of the game. Pick up an elim, and Jordan realizes he can't afford to stay in there as he then gets sprayed out down to 69 HP. The other player tracking through. We are in top 15. Everyone has 5 points. Jordan able to pick up an elim there. So he's going to be incredibly safe. But with all, Devil ZK, no problem there as well. Back up to 100-100. Needs to get back in the zone to be able to utilize those bats that he was saving. Wheels picking one up. Yeah, very clean edits.
Yeah, clean edits all the way through there. And there's still 3 ballers down on low ground that he needs to deal with. But Steens actually tries the pressure, but no, it's going to be Tendai finally. The ballers are stopping. Their cease is still in his attained as well. There's still 4 players fighting for that height as well. One just went down. Wheels, Vincento.
Lots and lots of traps going off. Now, remember, the one player was sitting on, I believe it was Tendai, who was sitting on 9 traps. So all of those traps are going to go in the loophole. If somebody is able to find him, they can counter those situations. You hear traps constantly going off as Brawley fires off. 18s go down. 1v1 situation. Vincento sitting on 4 elims. Will he be able to find Wheels, who is riding around 1 tarp beneath? The heavy sniper gets reloaded by Vincento. He's looking to find it. Wheels is still trying to taper with the storm, but he doesn't want to walk too far out as he knows Vincento has the edit advantage. Wheels looking for the shot, does not find it, falls to the storm. Vincento is going to get the victory royale right there. Not picking up the elim at the end, but 4 eliminations, victory royale, 14 points. He's gonna like that.
That's all about giving the tempo there to Vincento.
Literally directly underneath him. That player not necessarily being aware is now getting forced out into the storm, but Sentinel shooting everywhere but at the player, finally able to connect. Looked like he was trying to paint a portrait of his outline, ending up getting him there, not finding shots in that box, but then cleans it up, turning it around. Yeah, there's the recovery. Anti-enchantments going down.
He did say he has that Gladiator play. That's going to be good for him. But now onto Heiko. Let's see what he's looking for. He's working with a lot of heals, so he has plenty of opportunities to go for shots if he wants to. He's looking for it. There's the edit through, and it's going to be a finish there on the true baller.
Moving along as Jacob picks up Luis, and will he be able to convert 2 good shots? But no, not able to finish it as Goriki kind of takes that Elam directly out from under him. He could have used it, and it's right behind him as he edits back out. Needs to continue to cover it. Sees the player going. He's going for the pickaxe. He's going for the glory, but no. Hot swap coming through, but Sentinel says no problem. Clean that up with that legendary SMG. Will he be able to find the shots? Goes through as Pinecone picks up Alpha, but Sentinel picks that one up on 4 Elams now. Baller top 6. Async wants to avoid going down, wants somebody else to take any of the brunt of this attention, but no, Sentinel is going to give him all the attention. Moving into top 5, securing 7 placement points, 5 Elam, 12 already, and he's still in the match.
Yeah, I have to say, when he's close range, he's missing a lot, but when it's slightly 1 box away, he's not missing a single thing.
Yeah, will he be able to find it? Sentinel now kind of in an awkward spot as Degenerate was able to cover. Good rush by Sentinel covering himself, so the RPG couldn't find every space. Hits a good mid-range shot, but both those pumps hit, and he falls down. The players directly on top of him. Does not get the shot off in time. You cannot take a hit from the storm, and he misses the clutch quick edit reset. Degenerate able to then pick that up. Now 3 Elams moving on the lower ground, only sitting on the common pump and common suppress SMG. Will he be able to find it? You have Jaco all the way up on high ground, solo, a player we have seen before in the skirmishes. Will he be able to do something? A player at TwitchCon played incredibly well. Will he be able to do it here again? RPGs coming from the high ground.
So dangerous, that RPG from the high ground, making everybody down below shake there. He's gonna get knocked out. Degenerate now all the way to ultimate low from second highest. We'll see now if he's gonna be able to maintain this and if he's gonna be able to claim this entire layer. Is he gonna do it? Yes, he does. Pinecone goes down, but there's still 1 more player. I think this is solo here.
Yeah, yes. Solo. But no, Degenerate does not actually pick it up. There's Jaco from the high ground, but Degenerate not needing the Elam back out does get whatever mats and loot, so he is going to be okay. This is going to come down to who wants to tounce. Jaco, water falling down, trying to use the tree to do it, but Degenerate forces him down. Great 114 pump shot, jumps up on the left hand and challenges 114. Degenerate, I asked you at the start, I would love to see you redeem and go through. I'd love to see you execute perfectly. 90 your way up. Show us that tower, show us everything you got, because that was gorgeous.
That was gorgeous. That shot, and then
the cheese. We're gonna go north here of the lava, and you know, here's the tricky thing is we're gonna move through these forest-like areas. The trap almost catching the player. Did not follow through though.
Yeah, co-play is actually getting aggressed on right there. And Mr. Nachos is just running around this backside, challenging on players who don't, or taking other fights, or looking to peek someone else, looking to drop in, but just owning as many walls and boxes as we can. 17 players remaining. Again, elimination threshold. Next one coming up is 15 players. You have Solo Parker directly behind Nachos, just trying to sneak in there. Tynox utilizing the baller rotation, stay safe. 5 and the victory royale as Meme ends up falling to himself, as is generally the storied fashion of memes. They generally just grow out of style, take themselves out and get worn out just like that. Drops a great stink on the low ground as the players are going to have to rotate through that.
He's panicking. He's panicking. I don't think he's going to make it out. Oh, yep, and there he goes.
Yep, you see Jajir going down to the Rex, also going down to Mr. Nachos. 2 quick Elams, putting him up to at least 6. They're now getting forced down the side of the mountain, but is able to rotate around the side. Goes to Launchpad, but the tree is unfortunately going to bonk him. It's going to be tough to utilize this to rotate again as players are going to build above him. So he opts not to, finds the player gliding for above, but needs to cover behind as the shots come in. 10 players remaining. Does have minis to top himself back off, so back up to just under 150 effective HP. Almighty Noah on the mid-ground tarp. Mars Nini also on ultimate low ground. Nachos getting shot at right now, Zeke.
Only 5 people need to fall here. Just kidding. 3 cast a curse and all until we hit top 5. Nacho's doing everything he can to hold on to get those valuable points. Another elimination, 7 to his name. And additional mats as well are going to help propel him into this late game.
And he's running around on that mid-ground tarp. We've talked about this a little bit over the course of the broadcast, particularly more so yesterday, where you're looking to catch edits and just own the walls next to you as the players rotate through. And that's what he's doing, using the stink down to get whatever tags he can. So if the storm does finish the player off, just like that, he threw the stink down and picks up 2 Elams because players get ticked by that, and the storm picks him up. A great use of that new mechanic. Fantastically well done there. That is a huge 4-point swing for him. He has now gotten 7 points from placements, 9 from elimination. This is 15 points coming in from Mr. Nachos. Not able to pick up that Elam there and gets ripped into the sky. 4 players left. He's opting to dive down. The smart decision here. You don't want to let the player on ultimate high get those traps set and then making the sitting duck. He wants to try and land. The other player's not paying attention. Where are you looking, Rumble? They're in the sky above you as now Almighty Noah is coming down. Nachos is looking for him. Will he be able to find it? No. Noah walls him off. Nachos now stuck in the storm, forcing down towards the bottom, but the other player is not paying attention. Everyone is ignoring Mr. Nachos, but they're so tasty and delicious. Will he be able to find the cheesy goodness? No. Almighty Noah takes him to the bank, eats up Mr. Nachos on the low ground, gets a great elim, and ends his reign of
not missing a thing. Our elimination leaders in this game, Lost My Name Lost. 5 elimination. Nick Merckx, first time I believe seeing him so far. It's Yassine, Cleo, and twitch.ccpa for our elimination leaders. 32 people left. 4th circle.
Sometimes, you know, he just goes kind of full send and looks to do everything he can, being like, you know what, I'm Nick Merckx, let's fight.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, he did qualify for finals. He is a Slayer, and I mean, again, we're following 3,000 different people.
Oh my God, that was... Oh, so what Lost My Name Lost just did right there is as the player pushed in, he planted the trap, he had the ramp down, and then he re-edited the ramp, so when the player pushed in, the ramp ended up completing the build.
3 points first. And now Lost going for another trap play, but the player's long gone. Where did they go? Okay, they dropped all the way down.
Yeah, player edited themselves out, potentially utilized something to break the fall damage because it doesn't look like they're taking too much, but Eggnog ends up going down, which as is right, it is only March. I have no idea what you are doing out here. It's not your season. Lost My Name Lost showing up right now. 26 players remaining as Hyphy Duckling goes down to the storm. He will be eliminated, and now everyone is just looking to outlast that one more player. But Lost is actually looking to find that other player. Will he be able to convert on it? The baller comes through and does some chip damage. Lost needs to be able to find it. Tier gives him some help and then pulls everyone into the sky as the RPG comes through. This is so incredibly tense right now. I literally just hiccuped because I had been scared by that RPG coming through. I thought it was going to take him out. Heinz trying to get out the other side. There's so many players who are sitting at below just anything hitting them as Gucci Flame goes down to Farron in top 25 is rounded out. And look at Farron's kit here, Zeke. That's a whole mix of utility and stuff.
Dude, absolutely. But going back to the player we just saw get ripped, 6 HP, 0 mats. That's why he hops into that players one by one, because he needs to make something happen. We'll see if he's still alive, running around. And look at this, the golden boy, the legend, Nick Merckx, 4 eliminations, doing everything he can to apply this late game like you're talking about. Look at the loadout. AR, shotgun, glider redeploy, and minis. He's ready to tango, almost topped off. Just kidding, now is.
Yeah, great shots coming out from him there. And this is what I talk about, wanting him to be precise and wanting him to be calm in these rotations, making sure he's staying on the high ground, looking back and not taking undue risk, poking out in the right situations as he's now building up here. Does get knocked down, needs to find the middle of the zone. The baller is going to force him back out the other side, but he wants to get away from this edge of the circle and try and get us forward. Checking now to make sure nobody's rotating behind him. This is a good use of that rotation. No one near that mid-ground tarp. Just call me plugged directly under Tier, was that player who was on the 6 HP, was able to find some minis. Lost still back down on the low ground, has a ton of traps and a campfire. There's 8 traps he's sitting on there, so if he does ever get in a situation where he can put him to use, but secured him going down. Farron also picking up 2 and some symbols right there, no problem, but those players will still get placement points as they fall inside the top 15.
That's right, dude. Don't forget, another 2 points up because they reached top 15. And now Lost is on 8 eliminations. He accidentally placed the trap there, but it's okay. He's going to build himself to safety. Climbing there. TY still down low. Plug. Nick Merckx, everyone is scrambling right now to get to safety.
And Nick actually gets dropped on from behind as Lost goes through. Tyre picks up T-Frost, which is he's going to be able to go through. Lost picks up Nick Merckx, so unfortunately going to fall, not making it in that top 5 threshold, but still a solid amount of elims and points. That's going to be about 11 for him as Sleo picks up Farron, top 10. Now Lost is running this lobby. Everyone has to be keeping an eye out for where he is, walling off right there, and actually picks up an elim because of it as Nobi picks up Call Me Plug. Will he be able to find more? Sitting on 10, sees the player get eliminated above, knows that player is up in HP, but it doesn't matter. A 147 headshot, now top 6, 150 effective HP, edits himself immediately back up. Sleo on that high ground gets Park Merckx, no issue there, and we have our top 5. Sleo on ultimate high as Yasin ends up dropping into Ricky climbing box, and Ricky is going to clean that up, but now is only on about 6 HP as Lost is trying to drop everyone down. 1 fall, 2 fall, 3 fall, everyone falls and lost. My name lost. You also lost the rest of the lobby. As they go back, you take home the victory out, 90 your way up. Hopefully somebody can help you find your name, but incredibly well executed from, I think, honestly, from a supply drop, they'd be more looking for rifts in this type of situation. The high value of utility, particularly rift to goes and launch pads, the players tend to value that a little bit more. RPGs do help out a lot, particularly in the elimination-based format, or where eliminations are based 1 point each. You see Ghost putting, or Sean, excuse me, putting those rifling skills to where picking up a very long-range elimination as Iconic falls to that storm. Again, utilizing that mechanic where if the storm ticks out after a player has recently done damage, the player does get it. Just
we hear what sounds like, okay, so there was an initial fake of the rift to go and then a follow through, and that was the flint knock, which knocked him back into the storm, which makes him take a little bit of tick damage, but it's okay. Can he secure something? 105 to the dome, and he's gonna keep on moving and grooving. One on his right, one right behind. Can he do anything else about this? There's so much pressure being applied right now, but Ale is gonna shut him down. Kwanzi being sent back to the lobby.
Yes, as possible, and maybe even trying to pick up an Elim here or there if you're able to bounce around. Unfortunate that Jaruv drops the pump shot as that player is so low, but he will finish it and clean it up, and this is what I'm talking about right here. I'm going to hear that grappler noise in my nightmares as all of the ballers are rotating through there. Now players are starting to drop it off as rifts go up into the sky.
Oh, that was so slick!
Oh, but not quite slick enough as Z-Fly Hero goes down. Jaruv able to pick up another Elim sitting on 3. Will he be able to find more? Does have an RPG. There is the Peely in there as well. First time we have seen Mr. Banana hanging out. And that's also an unopened chest over towards the side of the block. Will he be able to get anything out of it? Is he even going to opt to open it? As we are on the side of Dabin's block, a great pickup from Hash there. Your mama just going down. Baller comes in. He opts to rift them up into the sky, and the player did not end up coming with him. So it looks like he either jumped out the other side or was able to get out the edited. Daniel goes down to the storm. Not going to be able to remain in this match. Now 7 players remaining. 1, 2, 3 ballers left, and then goes Sean on way too effective for what they did in that circumstance for the ballers, making sure they don't have to utilize any amount of their mats and they just get into this end game. And the other players will continue to fight each other. So while they're not scoring elimination points, those guaranteed placement points are very strong. And then you do get a chance to actually get your fights off. As you see, Trace is able to pick up Bear Pokers, another player directly behind him. Will he be able to utilize those mats he saved and create some space? Top 4 now. So all the placements are out the window. It's all about the victory, and there's no balls left in this match. It's everyone just playing the base game, trying to maintain that high ground. Sean forcing Hydra into the box. Will he be able to finish it up? And again, paints a portrait around him with that SMG. Finally able to figure it out. 3 players remaining.
Oh man, this is Ghost. I mean, Sean's in a commanding position, right? He's maintaining that high ground. Both players trades, finds Hash, but his effective HP is so much lower than Sean's, and he's ticking with the slurp juice. The longer this goes on, the more effective HP he's gonna have to play with. And I mean, look, he still has plenty of mats to go.
And he knows he owns Ultimate High. He knows he doesn't have to give it up. There's no mountains in the way that are going to give this player an advantage. He's just looking for one shot. He knows the dual edits, 1 block underneath. He's actually just going to drop down to his level and picks it up with a nice, clean 1-2. The blue pump into the blue suppress SMG.
Classic.
And throwing the take the L out there. The 16-year-old Canadian player from Ghost, showing him that he can.
NA West currently leading the pack. Johnny FNTV 61.7 ahead of 100 Thieves QZ, and Wifo now being pushed back into 3rd place with 51 points.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate for them. Either he is wrapping up a match and bent in a long one, or he's scuffed a couple of drops, which can happen. Just a reminder, again, as we see some of the other players rounded out, Riversun, Bumboyer, Ethan, Cease, Vishlas, Asian Greg, and Cadet. These players have a 3-hour window to play in. It is now 9:30 p.m. on the East Coast, 6:30 p.m. on Pacific time. So they have about 30 minutes to continue queuing up. So 1, maybe 2 matches, and then we'll keep getting in the last of these replay files. As we see, rounding out the top 20, we have Saf, Crazy Goat, Seal Matt, Little, Agahol, I think. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce your name on that one. I mess it up all the time. I just need to get that one right. Let me know what it is. Tokata, Pierre, Xbox Live, Hawk, Symmetrical, Ultra V7, Prancy, Sean, battling his way up there at the extra 15 points, helping him out. Devious, Triggy, and Tig rounding out that top 30. And now don't forget that 30 mark is